Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Beginners to Bourbon. Tonight we're going to be trying the Weller Antique 107. I kind of had mixed feelings about putting this bottle in the lineup with the other wheated bourbons just because it's super hard to get, right? We're not getting it in PA. In the state of Pennsylvania, we get zero. Let me say zero. I can look through it, zero Weller products, right? So if you're in a state where you can get Weller, I'll be your best friend. All right, that's just how it is. We can't. There's fireworks going off, so if our dogs start barking, their already ears are perked up and they're like running around. So the 4th of July was only a week ago, but it was rainy, miserable. Some storms came through, took down a bunch of trees, damaged a lot of things in our area. So I guess this weekend is
making up for that.
Yeah, celebrating the 250th for the United States. But anyway, so tonight, Weller 107. The proof, right in the name, 107. Weller Antique 107. So Buffalo Trace does not disclose mash bills. Okay, so we don't know what the mash bills are. It is a bourbon, so it's at least 51% corn, but that's all we know. The Weller, all the Weller products, just like the Van Winkle products, things like that, they're all the same starts. They all start as the same juice. Goes into the barrel, and depending on what Weller it is, special reserve, a single barrel, foolproof, depends on where the barrel is in the rick house, what floor. Up top it's going to be hot. Down on the bottom, it's not going to age as much, depending on its breathing. And then when the barrel is brought out, how do they proof it down? So like Weller foolproof, I think it's like 114. This is 107. The special reserve is 90. So it's crazy how it all starts the same, and depending on where they put it and how they do it and all their logistics, kind of matrix looking stuff, is how they get all these different versions of their stuff. And that's why all of their products, no matter what they are, high proof, low proof, I enjoy Stag. Once you get over the initial burn of Stag, I think it's very, the flavors in it are very good for a high proof stuff. But Buffalo Trace is just found, and you can call me a tater in the comments or whatever you want, but they have found a way to market their stuff to everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner, doesn't matter if you're been into bourbon for the last 40 years or whatever the case may be. They can get their products to everybody, and the tasting profiles are good to where no matter what it is, I think everybody can drink it. It's a very friendly bourbon. Let's put it that way. So this one is what was it, $59.99 at the distillery. I think it's right at $60. The reason I did decide to put it into the lineup is because before it was only Weller Special Reserve at the distillery, but now Weller Special Reserve, you can go down there and buy cases of it if you want. It's just like Buffalo Trace. They have that much Weller Special Reserve. It is not an allocated thing anymore. It's just, I've seen a lot of places out west, like Ohio, Colorado, those kind of places where Weller Special Reserve is like a floor bourbon. I mean, it is only $28 to $32, but it's just sitting around. It's everywhere. I wish it was that way in PA. That'd be really cool, because PA does do some Weller Special Reserve drops online, but that is the only Weller that they do online. And, they put a bunch on there. It gets bought up real quick because people in PA can't get it. So even though it's a $32 introductory low proof bourbon, people lose their minds in this state over it just because of what it is. So, but you can go down to the distillery. You can get this once, twice a week, and it's one bottle per person per day. So if it hits twice in 1 week and you're there by yourself, you could get 2 of these for MSRP. So I think that's really cool. I make sure I take as many people over the age of 21 as possible, because I don't like paying secondary, so that's how we stock up. But and for us, going to the Buffalo Trace Distillery is 9.5 hours. If they released something really cool, like the E.H. Taylor 4-grain cured oak, or they did the Weller CYPB the other day, I think that was over Father's Day maybe, or something like that, where thousands of people were there, and it was lined up through their whole snake that they do. out of the distillery, like down sidewalks. It was wild to see the videos people posted. But yeah, I mean it's people love Buffalo Trace, so it is what it is. So 107, $60. Is this a good budget friendly, if you can find it, for MSRP, pour for beginners? The cork pop is so underwhelming. It's like a trombone. It's like so low. You don't get that pop, right?
It's also not that full.
Yeah, it's also not that full because I do drink it because I do like it. Right? It is what it is. Honestly, if you're going to chase Weller products like us here in PA that we can't get, do yourself a favor. Get the Antique 107. Get the foolproof. Don't spend all that crazy money for the single barrels. That's the orange label, or the CYPBs, the white label. I had a $90 pour of the CYPB out in, I might have said this in the other video when we did Buffalo Trace, out in Kentucky, and I didn't like it. Now, again, I didn't see the guy pour it, so maybe he just put like the lowest budget bourbon in and just took me for all my money. I don't know. I didn't see him pour it. Hopefully the honor system's still there, that they didn't do that, but I didn't care for it. But I do think this one, and when we were down for the Fire and Ice Festival, I do have a couple foolproofs. Most of my foolproofs are store picks, but we did have the foolproof down there, and I thought it was fantastic. So this label, the blue label, that's the ones you want. My opinion. So on the nose, Buffalo Trace does have they say cherry, caramel, vanilla, things like that. A little bit of fruit. I do get a lot of... I never really put a lot of thought into my early days of tasting bourbon. I just bought it and drank it. But now that we're going through this whole process of trying to learn and really get tasting down and things like that, I am starting to get fruits and cherries and stuff like that, especially from Buffalo Trace products. People say cherry, people say grape. So it is like that fruity theme. So, yeah, I think I get some fruits off there. Maybe a little vanilla or caramel.
Yeah, it's very light vanilla.
Yeah. All right, let's get into palate cheers. So I will say from the nose to the palate, so the nose versus the other ones that we've done in this series, I feel like the nose is very muted. Like you weren't getting, it wasn't like an aroma.
Not like those other ones, yeah.
Just like a bunch of different things. It was kind of tamed down. And I think that those are fireworks. We don't live in like some shady community where it's like gunshots.
As if they can hear it.
Those are, yeah, if you can hear it, those are fireworks. But it's muted. And that's either a good thing for Buffalo Trace or a bad thing. So it's a good thing in where I think they can put out a product, many different products that's going to appeal to many, many different people. But then on the flip side is I don't think they're really diving deep into like flavors and aromas and things like that, because it's like anyone could pick this up and I feel like they could drink it. So I mean, it's great for beginners if you can find it, but it's not going to be the most flavorful thing out there. Like a little Alice here, she hears the fireworks, she needs a little earmuffs, dog muffs.
With him?
So Alice did not approve of the smell. Yeah, dogs, which is funny, like she'll smell it and then she'll just be like, no.
She puts her nose up.
It's not for me.
She's too stuck up for this.
But I do get the cherries on the finish. I do get the fruit on the finish. I mean, I think if you can find this for MSRP of the $60 in your area, I think it's a buy all day. I think it's something you should keep on your bar or in your house just to sip on, because I mean, you can see I have at least 70% of the bottle already gone. I think you can drink this all the time. I think it's an easy sipper. I think a lot of their products are very palate friendly. I just don't think you get the deep flavors and stuff that you might get from some other offerings in the same price point. So let's go ahead and rank it. If you're new, we do a ranking 1 through 5 for nose, palate, finish, and then it's a total score out of 15. So. All right. So, nose, what'd you get?
3.
A 3. I did the same thing. So the nose, I thought, was tamed down. I did get some more aromas after tasting it and going back to smelling it, but on the initial, like if you're just buying this for the first time and you didn't taste it and you smell it, I didn't think there was much offering there. There was after you tasted it, but the first initial like kind of smell, it was kind of tame.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it a 3. What'd you give it for the palate?
3.
All right. So instead of me explaining, why'd you give yours a 3 on the palate? I mean, put you on the spot.
Well, I mean, tasting the other ones that we had for the series, I really enjoyed the orange and just that real strong flavor, and this just didn't have it for me.
You're right. So
it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good, but so not.
I gave it a 3 as well. Like, it's good. I could sit here and sip on it all day. And trust me, this has won a lot of awards year after year after year after year. This thing cleans up at awards, at tastings. Mm-hmm. So you can't deny it's a fantastic offering. But just some of the newer things coming out that we've just tried, I just don't think it has the complexity. I guess that's the best word, complexity of some of the other things that we've tried. Mm-hmm. Not saying it's not good, because it absolutely is. I'll drink this all day long if I have it. It's just not as complex. So the finish, what'd you do on the finish?
I gave that a 3 as well.
All right. So I know a lot of people are going to dislike this, but I gave it a 2. Or maybe if you're a tater hater, you'll rejoice. I only gave the finish a 2. They said medium long. I mean, it's medium. Medium
not compared to those past ones where that finish was just there. This wasn't there.
Yeah, I'd say medium at best.
Yeah.
But, it didn't. Of course, it doesn't have the strong Kentucky hug, which most things do at 107 proof. And again, I think that's just how Buffalo Trace makes their stuff very like universal for people. But for me, it just didn't. I don't know. For the hype of this bottle and for people out there spending crazy money on secondary and things like that, I mean, this goes up to like $150 on secondary. I just don't think that it's worth that. I think it's worth $60 all day long. I don't think it's worth $120, $150.
Yeah.
If you agree with that. So, all right. So I gave it 8 out of 15.
I got a 9.
A 9 out of 15. So it is in the good category. Like, there's a lot of people I bring over. I have them try it out because it is a great weeded product. It's won a bunch of awards. It's very user friendly, if you will. But I think it's just missing some complexity that the Weller Foolproof brings. So if you can get a Foolproof, I think that is adding on where this kind of misses out in that regard. So I hope you liked the review of the Weller Antique 107. Again, guys, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, like our stuff. I know when I watch a lot of people's videos, which I do all the time, she's trying to go to bed, I'm like just watching videos. Sometimes I'll forget to do that. I'll go back and like their stuff just because that's people that want to put out content, want to be real and give honest opinions and stuff like that. That helps us go a long way getting in front of distilleries and things like that. And the more that we can grow our presence, the more we can do for our bourbon Friends Fridays and other friends in the community. Getting cooler bottles, being able to share them with other people and things like that. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode with the Weller Antique 107. And one of these days we'll put some things up head to head and see where they shake out. So have a great night.